Hello, everyone. This is Belinda Womack, and I want to welcome you to Illuminating Conversations right around Mardi Gras time. We have a new moon today, so the angels ask that if you can just close your eyes for a few moments and take a deep breath in and just put your prayers out there. What is it that the little child within you so wants to bring into this reality? What would feel like heaven on earth to you? The 12 archangels would like to speak to us about the Mercury retrograde that just began yesterday. So they ask that I please just explain a tiny bit here. So from the Earth's perspective, sometimes it looks like certain planets in our solar system turn backwards, and what that does for us energetically is it gives us a time to really reflect. And Mercury, being the planet, Mercury is also Archangel Gabriel. So this is the archangel and planet of communication, of thinking, of the way we think and process information. So when Mercury goes retrograde, it can really make technology just seem to go haywire, and schedules to be, just go a bit crazy. And just we can get, kind of turned upside down with details because Mercury influences details. It's Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, mutable signs that are very, very sensitive. With this Mercury retrograde in both sidereal astrology, which is the most ancient astrology, and from my perspective, the most precise astrology, because it is based on where the constellations actually are in the sky. But both sidereal and tropical came in from the ancient Greeks, and where everything was lined up with the seasons and the brightness of the sun, which doesn't mean that it lines up with the rest of the heavens. It's a little bit off kilter. So back to the point. See, Mercury is retrograde. Mercury turned retrograde in the sign of Pisces, in both signs. In sidereal astrology, Mercury is going to be going backwards in Pisces and will re-enter the sign of Aquarius at the time that it turns direct, and then it will go back forward in Aquarius and then back into Pisces. In tropical astrology, it's just going to stay in Pisces. If you pay attention to the energy, what you likely will experience is you'll feel when Mercury actually goes into a different sign in the sidereal system. So without further ado, here are the 12 archangels to speak to us about the significance of Mercury turning retrograde in Pisces. Hello, humanity, especially our most brave bringers of light and sound into the mundane energies and dimensions and experiences of schoolroom earth. We say to you that Pisces is a very, very deep sign. It is a water sign, and it influences the very deep subconscious for all of you. So you have an opportunity here in these next few days and weeks where while you are in a quiet space, you can say, Archangel Gabriel and Planet Mercury, please reveal to me where I am the most resistant to forgiving myself or another or an experience. Show me where I am the most resistant to connecting to Divine Source with every atom of my being, every thought, and every feeling. Mercury retrograde in Pisces is stirring the very bottom of your coffee cup, of your cup of tea, of the pond where there is old, ancient mud, layers of mud in the very, very bottom. You have the opportunity to let these most ancient layers of deception, of separation, of believing, even though it's not what your conscious mind wants to believe, that you have been abandoned by the Creator, or that God simply cannot help you with whatever it is that you're currently challenged to transform. This will be, then you probably started to feel this even over the weekend, a very emotionally intense time for you. For most of you are empaths and deeply sensitive. You cannot close the door to feeling what is going on in the collective, but what you can do is welcome a meeting with your most resistant self. And you can bring in forgiveness where forgiveness is missing. You can bring in love where love has been missing. Pisces is a vast creative sign. These are days to listen to music, whether it's music that you love or music on the inner planes. For the power of sound from the central sun will stir deep, deep emotions that need to rise up. And we say to you that these emotions will be a mixture of joy and fear. And where there is fear, there is guilt and shame and sometimes shock and trauma. So work with the power of joy and say to these emotions, I'm not sure where you began, but I say to you that I honor you. And I welcome you to rise up and return to the heart of the Creator so that you can return to joy and I can experience greater joy. We ask that you fill up with gratitude for your sensitivity, gratitude for your empathic nature, and that you ask for help from your guardian angels so that you are aware. If you feel sad, or heavy or frustrated, that you lift it up. These are not the days to analyze these feelings. These are the days to lift them up and return them to the central sun. These feelings may be yours. They may belong to the collective. But where there is the collective, there is still a spark of you. What you may see on your schoolroom is extra drama. Extra drama in the people that you love, extra drama on the news, extra drama in the grocery store or the parking lot. What can you do? Don't leave home without your sapphire blue diamond. Just see yourself in a brilliant, beautiful sapphire cobalt force field. And breathe. We also recommend either some ruby slippers for you and your divine child, or if you prefer, emerald green. These will keep you grounded in your own feelings and in your own experience. Don't leave home without your force field. Now, the creators of Schoolroom Earth, the ascended masters that many of you know and love, such as Master Jesus and Buddha and Abraham and King David, and all of the divine mothers, together with the 12 archangels and so many other beings, what we say to you is that this is a very, very important Mercury retrograde. For these days of transformation are all about bringing the deception out into the light, letting the truth come out from all corners of the globe. You do not need to react to the truth with shock and blame. Just be grateful that the truth is out. For the truth is a vibration that brings with it healing, love, and most important, rebalancing. This is a time of rebalancing. So we thank you for not engaging in the drama, not sliding back into victim consciousness. Watch the inner complaining. Try not to be seduced by resentment. Just ask for awareness so that your angels can lift you up before you even fall down. Fill up with gratitude. Gratitude that the truth is coming out. Gratitude that humanity is waking up to the power of love. We are going to give you an opportunity now for you to close your eyes and take a deep breath and just tune in with us and ask, what is this Mercury retrograde in Pisces churning up for me? What old, ancient, crystallized, self-destructive or self-limiting pattern or belief in lack or limitation is ready to be unearthed and lifted up and given back to the central sun. We are here to help you. We are listening. And you will hear us through your own knowing. We are the 12 archangels of the central sun, together with the ascended masters of the white light and sound sisterhood and brotherhood. We continue with today's illuminating conversation. Pisces is a deeply feminine sign, and Mercury is both masculine and feminine. For think of Mercury as symbolic of your human brain that has the male part, which is the ego, the logical, rational, analytical part, and the larger part of your brain, which is the feminine part, the intuitive, creative, spiritual, musical part of the way that you process information, especially feelings and emotions. When Mercury turns retrograde in Pisces, it again gives you the opportunity to have easier access to your feelings. These are your own feelings and your own needs. This is going to be a time when it is easier for you to know what it is that you truly want. Now, an old rule of thumb is that when Mercury is retrograde, it's not the wisest time to make a major decision because you are going through a process, a journey. Write down what you feel. Write down what it is that you have discovered that you really want. And then watch over the next few weeks as the masculine part of your brain tries to convince you that you don't really feel what you feel and that you don't really want what you want. And then journey through this. Just say, I hear you, logical mind. I hear you. And then keep moving. And then when Mercury is direct, in 3 weeks from now, and we recommend you give it a bit longer than that, then ask for the masculine and feminine within you to come together so that what it is that you feel that reveals to you what it is that you need. Let your male mind that logical common sense is when the two come together, male and female. You can come up with a plan, a vision, a prayer, an intention, so that if there is any resistance inside of you of having this prayer answered, this new vocation manifest, this new creative project launched, this new lover or partner or friend to step into your life, that you're already lifting up the resistance. For you see, the source is your source. The male mind wants to tell you that you're in control and you have to make everything happen. But when Mercury is in Pisces, that feminine spiritual part of you says, I am in control of absolutely nothing. And if you can relax into this, it's not going to make you lazy. It's that you relax into allowing divine oneness to work through you so that you can manifest and you can receive. If there is something you need to do, an action that you need to take, it will be very clear to you. We have mentioned before that human beings can be racing through their lives with blindfolds on. And so this is a time to just sit down, take the blindfold off, and say, show me. I'm willing to be shown the next step. If you have a very strong ego mind that is very driven to action, to doing, just ask for your guardian angels to give the strong masculine within you a delicious drink of violet fire, time to relax and be at peace energy. This powerful male is really being driven by a subconscious that is trying to help you to survive. And your subconscious is saying, emotions are dangerous. To be still is dangerous. To feel will only bring me misery. So it's not his fault, and it's definitely not your fault if you find that you're always so busy doing, so busy racing ahead with a blindfold on. What can help is if you just communicate to your subconscious and you say, I hear that you are trying to protect me, and I thank you for this. And I allow divine source to fill you, beautiful subconscious, wounded child, wounded self, with unconditional love so that you can feel safe, so that I can hear, and I can feel, and I can know what it is that I truly need. Now this brings us to a related topic, and that is that it is our goal as your helpers in heaven to encourage your independence. Now, independence means interdependence. It's all this language. More relying, emerging, fusing with the divine, with source, with divine oneness, with the Creator. We say to you that you're not giving your power away when you say something like, thank you, divine oneness. Thank you, divine source, for manifesting this new dream vocation through me, for me, and together with me. I allow. You see, human beings, what you may not always understand is that there's a divine child within you, and there's a wounded child. And sometimes they are one and the same. But that wounded child can so easily look to other human beings to be the source of what it is that you need. Whether this is love, or money, or opportunity, or good health, freedom, prosperity. This is a natural response. And because, again, you get very nearsighted when you come to schoolroom earth. That ego, again, is the size of a green pea, a garden green pea, in a brain that's bigger than a watermelon. So you have a very, very small focus. When you hold the intention that you want to be higher self-reliant, you want to be reliant on your soul, your oversoul, and on the central soul, which just means God. Then what happens is you become more secure by the hour, more focused, more clear, and less frustrated with the human beings around you that disappoint you, because they are not fully plugged into source. So how can they be your source? They are just going to disappoint you. And this is certainly the story for the human child. Those parents and adults did their best. Even if you were abused and neglected, they did their best. They were also obliged to follow through on your karmic contract with them. So, during this time of Pisces retrograde, we encourage you to go within, to say, what is it that I'm feeling? What is it that I need? And where am I resisting a deeper partnership with Source? A greater independence, which means a deeper relying, a deeper, if you want to use this word, but it can be a trigger, dependence on divine oneness flowing through me. how can I allow my ego to detach from these human beings as my source and understand, surrender to the truth that I live within the heart of God, and the Creator has all I need flowing through me as I manifest and create with divine oneness here on Schoolroom Earth. We are going to give Belinda a break. So again, this is your opportunity to commune with us. For example, you may want to ask us, is there someone or a situation outside of me that I'm giving my power over to? And that giving my power over to whatever this is outside of me, whether it's a person or an opportunity or a dream or the lottery, that it is really putting me in a place of hopelessness and draining my energy, and that there is a better choice. We are here. We are here. We return. Our next topic to support you is, what can you do when you're in a situation and you're trying to communicate, but the other person just simply cannot hear you, or you just do not seem to be able to get what it is that they are trying to say to you? Our message is that, first of all, don't give up. Communication can be a tricky thing because sometimes it is about the tone of voice. Sometimes it is about the words. Sometimes it may be the body language. It's always about the subconscious. When you are trying to communicate to another person and they simply cannot hear you, it is because their subconscious has its hands over their ears humming a silly tune. And when you cannot hear or understand what the other person is communicating, your subconscious is trying to protect you in a similar way. So, what we ask is, instead of reacting Or even if you've already reacted, you just take a deep breath and you say, okay, angels, what words do I need to use so that the other person can hear me? And we ask that you go take a little walk, put your hands in some water, take a deep breath, and you will hear the words that you need to speak so that the other person understands you. Now, if you are asking that other person for something and they don't have it to give to you, or they cannot give it to you in the way that you want it, then that's going to be made very clear. They're just not going to respond with, okay, I'll give you what you want. That means that you need to go to source for what you want and ask your team in heaven, well, is there someone else that I need to go to? So let's say that you want your brother to be the grocer that has the finest oranges. But your brother doesn't have any oranges in his store. And so you've been saying to your brother, well, please give me a piece of fruit. Well, I would like something orange that's round. And your brother is saying back to you, well, I read that the stock exchange was a bit wiggly yesterday. Or your brother may respond, my flight was canceled going to Oklahoma, and I had to, I was stranded in the airport overnight. And so you become more frustrated. And you say again, brother, but I need 3 citrus-smelling things that fall from a tree in Florida. Your brother doesn't understand. And you're getting frustrated. So you go to your guardian angels and you say, guardian angels, how do I communicate this? And you hear through your intuitive knowing to say, brother, I need 3 oranges. And brother says back to you, I don't have any oranges. Instead of you getting frustrated with brother, we say to you, honor that brother says he doesn't have 3 oranges. What if you are asking for $3,000 from a brother that you know is a multimillionaire? So your logical mind says, I know he's a multimillionaire. I'm only asking for $3,000. We say to you that your own soul is redirecting you and telling you that your brother is not the best source, the best provider for that $3,000. And brother may believe that he is a poor man. What we're saying to you is that it will be made clear that you need to then go back to Spirit and say, Spirit, where can I find my 3 oranges? And then thank Spirit, Divine Source, for filling you with what you need. And because this makes it easier for you to attract it to you, for you to find it, for you to manifest it. To do this is actually quite simple, this different way of communicating when the other cannot hear you. It also works in reverse. If you have someone saying to you, let's say you're the brother, and they're saying, may I have 3 things that are round, the color orange, and smell like citrus? And you are not at all getting what they are asking for. Then you take a deep breath. You take a little walk. You put your hands in some water, and you say, Guardian Angel, 12 Archangels, helpers in heaven, what is it that this person is asking of me? Please help me to have an aha moment so that I get it, so that I can respond accordingly. And so then it comes through, and you go, oh my goodness. Well, they're asking for 3 oranges. I have a bag in my fridge. I didn't know how I was going to manage to eat them all. How delightful. The reason that we have shared this little exercise with you is because during this time, it is going to be even easier for your feelings to be hurt, most sensitive beings. Truly other human beings do not hold it in their souls to harm another. They will react and strike out if they are in pain or confusion, feeling out of control, having their false platform or the rug pulled out from under their feet because you were the bringer of truth. That is not because you've even asked for the job. It's just because of what is. So, stay in your sapphire diamond. Let Spirit help you to hear and to communicate in these days. And enjoy this time, this remarkable time of awakening, of the truth coming out. For where there is truth, there is love, and there is healing. We ask that you take a deep breath and step under the waterfall of white gold divine love with all the sparkles of colors of the Creator's rainbow. And breathe it in and say, I am so excited to be filled with joy and to know fully with my whole brain that yes, I am God's beloved child, cared for, loved, protected, and guided. Blessings of love, love, love. Okay, everyone. This is Belinda. I hope you have found today's conversation helpful. The angels are still filling you with love, so if you're listening to this recording, please understand that you're going to get a really good fill up. They say that they're going to be filling humanity and every atom of schoolroom earth and all of her creation for that they do this all the time, but kind of a super fill up for this entire Mercury retrograde, because it is so deep, deep, deep and significant. Blessings and lots of love. Enjoy your day. Bye.